Hi. I'll read you the last of the three poems of mine that are in Hearthbeat, poems of family and hometown. This book has touched a real chord with me, partly because it is about family and hometown, and I know so much of my work has centered on that, on those two things for so long. The other thing is that when I received the book after I submitted my own poems in there, I found there were a lot of poets in here whom I had known a long time ago and kind of lost touch with, but I was never sure what happened with some of them, whether they were still writing or not. And there are poets in here who kind of bring me back to my own hometown time when I was young and learning my craft. And it was really good to see them again. It's a bit like a family reunion for me. So thank you, Don Gutteridge, for editing this book. And thank you all who answered the call to submit poems to it. This last poem is new to this anthology, and it will be, I hope, part of my next book, which it's still a few years away. But the core of that book will be about reflecting on my mother's life and death. She chose a medically assisted death in 2017, and that experience of going through that with her has really formed a lot of the core of the writing I've done since. Some are about that experience, and some are more reflective on the meaning of her life as I see it now. So this is a poem that is built around a poem by A. Milne called James Morrison, Weatherby George Dupree, who took great care of his mother, though he was only 3. That's the way that poem opens, and it's from A. Milne's book of children's verse, When We Were Very Young. So this poem is called When We Were Very and I Was Young. Now I remember my mother's voice, James Morrison, Weatherby George Dupree, before I knew anything. It's her reading Milne to my brother and me just after he was born, so I was only 3 and all of memory a tone. Words come later, then move backwards in time, and fill the space where the human voice is comforting and untranslatable as birdsong. I'm 63, and I took great care of my mother, yet still she disappeared at the end of town without consulting me. Growing up is shutting out childhood. Growing old is letting it back in. I recall my mother's voice. There was a time before her torments, even after they had long dug in. There was a time together when we were very, and I was young. Thank you.